Why hello there and welcome to Stereo 3D Productions and this virtual reality first impressions of Into the Radius. That's right, it's Halloween, so I'm going through my backlog of unplayed horror games on Steam, and this one particularly stood out. And there's a reason for that. There's a part that I might really hate, but there's also a part that I might really love. So let's start with the hate first. This is not my usual type of horror game to begin with. It focuses more on action horror rather than psychological horror, which is what you've seen more of on this channel. And for that, well, they got this big-ass variety of firearms, and with it comes all these complex reloading mechanisms. You're pushing bolts, you're pulling levers, putting in clips. That's right, this game has a lot of VR physical interactions. If you watch this channel regularly, you'll know that I'm no big fan of those. I've grown to not be so fond of them. However, I might be ready to put up with all the physical interactions, given the fact that the horror side of the game looks amazing. The enemies look scary, and it looks like the kind of setting that can generate organic jump scares, rather than scripted jump scares. So this thing might end up scaring the shit out of me, which is what I want out of a horror game, which makes the physical interactions not matter so much. Let's find out. Let's get into the Radius. Okay, that's what I call a good virtual reality first impressions right off the bat. This is something that has lasted since the very beginning of the development days of VR. Whenever you try a game that's adapted for virtual reality and you step in and the title screen itself is designed for VR, that's always a great touch. It's really, really nice. We've even seen this happen in mods nowadays, VR mods, where the title screen now becomes a world of its own. This is definitely the case. This is a really good indicator of things to come here, and it looks pretty damn good in here. For starters, when I launch a VR game for the first time, I usually go right into the options. This time was no exception. Just upon launching, I could tell this game was being upscaled from a lower resolution, so I went into the Systems tab of the options to see what was going on. First thing I noticed was that upscaling was by default set to TAU, which I'm not familiar with and doesn't seem to be doing a very good job. I cycled through this and found out it has either AMD FSR or NVIDIA DLSS available. I need to note that while AMD FSR could have been a great option here, a tech that works on any GPU, given I have an NVIDIA card, I opted for DLSS instead. Switched the mode to quality and left sharpen at 0. Then I bumped up resolution to 120%, and this is where we run into a problem. Or at least the game doesn't tell you something it should. It seems a game restart is required for this change to take effect. It's obvious because as you toggle the options, you see no perceivable change in the graphics. After wondering what was going on for a hot second, I went ahead and restarted the game, and boom, what a hell of a difference. Everything looks nice and crisp now, except, what's this? The UI, it still looks upscaled. This threw me off at first because it's the first thing you see when it loads in, and I thought the resolution hadn't taken effect. And you take a look around at the world and everything's really sharp. There's obviously a difference. The UI either isn't respecting the scale setting or it's just aliasing to all hell. But despite the world looking a lot clearer now after restarting the game, the UI still looks a bit blurry. It's not unreadable or anything. If I can explain it best, it looks almost as if there's a green screen effect on it, and the text edges are also way too smoothed out. Anyway, this isn't a showstopper. I figure the UI is just on a different layer than the game world or something, and I don't find that bad in itself, so let's carry on. The next important thing to check out for me is the VR controls. This is one of those games with a full control setting scheme. Turning, teleporting, moving, movement direction, grabbing toggle, dominant hand, you name it, it's in there. In my case, I just switched turning from snap to smooth with a speed of 1.5. I changed hold items to press. The default is hold, which I generally dislike. And finally, I switched grab drawers to grip. The default is trigger, and that's a little bit weird, but good thing we can change it to grip. Next, the gameplay tab has a lot more useful VR options, notably the vignette, turn, and run, for those of you who are still building up those VR legs. Really, I gotta say, for those of you who experience any motion sickness when using VR, screw snap, turn, and teleport. Vignette, rotation, and run is where it's at. You'll keep your spatial awareness while having your field of view reduced during sensitive moments. In my opinion, it's the way to go. Go to start new game. This is where I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is about. And I could pick story to go more casually into this. But let's just give this a chance and go with the default setting of normal. I'm gonna assume normal is for normal people. Profile 1. Here we go. Welcome to Into the Radius tutorial. The hints will follow your hand. Try moving it to make it easier to read them. Ah, there we go. Well, right is my dominant hand. Select height and arm length. Why would I actually have to select my height? That is strange. I'm just gonna leave it at normal. Oh wow, we're going through the settings that it just actually went through before launching the game. So right off the bat, let's just take a look at the kind of world we got here. It looks very nice. I'm leaving the power hooked up to the headset. So I am using Airlink right now, but I'm leaving the power hooked up to the headset so that I can preserve battery for the first parts of the tutorial. At some point shortly, I'm just gonna remove the USB. I do not need it. Shit, there's literally someone there. To pick up objects, reach out and press grip. Can I do it from afar? Okay. I feel them. I talk to them, but are they people? It looks like. Why can't they hear me? Oh shit. Excuse me, sir? Oh, what the fuck? Whoa. Can I grab this? Whoa. I dropped the soap. Ah, yes. Prepare for some great content at Stereo 3D Productions. Use right thumbstick down to toggle crouch. Oh, or crouch physically to get past obstacles. I'm good with the crouching physically. That's one of the mechanisms that is very physical that I never really minded. I would mind if I were playing Alien Isolation. Because in Alien Isolation, you would get leg pain from how much crouching you do in that game.
Come closer. Try to touch me. Oh, you can hear me. I kept trying to speak to others, but they couldn't, and... Oh, help me, please.
This is what I call a tutorial, because there's content in it. This gives some pretty good first impressions so far. The game, by the way, is running liquid smooth. This is the Quest 2. I don't think I've upped the ante on the refresh rate. I don't know if it's running at 72 or 90 right now, if Oculus actually made a change to the software, because this feels oddly smooth. I don't want to say 120 hertz, but probably 90. I did not change the setting manually. To climb, use grip, of course. Of course, this is going to be one of these. Oh boy, and it's a very tight sensitivity. I gotta be careful with that. Okay, I like the way it snapped at the top, that you don't have to fidget around trying to reach the end of it. Yeah, of course. Really? Fall damage? Oh, I like that. Press trigger and inject your arm to heal. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you really have to whip it into your arm. Wow. Okay, not too bad so far. Bring your non-dominant hand over your shoulder left by default, and press grip to take out the backpack. Wait, oh, like that. If you move away, the backpack will automatically return to your back. It wasn't my homeland, but now it's wasted. When happened? I guess it's been so long. Oh, I see. This is... Come on, guys. I am on the high settings. You coulda not done that, but that's fine. I'll forgive you for that one. I'll forgive you. There's been worse flashlights. At least it's a real light beam and not one of them fucking 2D cutouts. Explosive barrels. Oh shit. What's this? What the fuck is this? Hey, it cast shadows there for a moment, but only from a certain angle. It's working the way it should. I don't think I want to stick around here too long. I think you can die in this fucking tutorial, honestly. Like that. Ooh, this recoil. I can even see the number change. I got it. All right. You can also take out the ammo one at a time from the box or magazine. Take the box and press trigger. Yeah. Very nice. The zone is filled with space-time anomalies, often invisible and very dangerous. They can be revealed by throwing a probe. Oh shit, it's very exaggerated. Put some probes in the slot in your hand. They can come in handy. Okay, how do I do that? Oh, okay. Hi there.
We need to make sure you stay that way. This is no place for the living. Go into the fog. See what's out there. Your memories will guide you. Now that we've made this connection, I can find you...
The tutorial really does open up with some interesting bits, introducing you to the game's setting and atmosphere instead of just throwing a series of mechanics at you. Since this game did give me Boneworks vibes several times while playing it, I will do a little parallel with it here. In this instance, I find Into the Radius does a better job at merging the learning experience with the game's world and upcoming story itself. Boneworks opened up by bombarding the player with a series of semi-experimental mechanics one after the other, with very little to indicate the incredibly cool atmosphere they set up a little later. Which I find is a shame, and this is a mistake this game did not do, or at least did less. You'll see why I say less later at the shooting range segment.
This is your portable copy of the map. It is stored. Holy shit. The red arrow of the compass always points towards the sphere in the sky. The radius. Cool. The field map has a backlight and a tape recorder at the top, and I just touch it. That's actually not bad. This is not too complicated, very convenient that I can just reach to it and physically tap it. Bring your non-dominant hand over your shoulder, left by default, and press grip to take the backpack out. Check it, hang on a second. Because I think I have everything I want, right? You told me to bring a whole bunch of shit, and it all appears to be there. I have a weapon. God damn it, I have a knife, really? Can I have a gun? Can I have a fucking gun? Doesn't my apartment have a gun in it? Oh! Haha! Hey. Oh, it's trigger grab. And... Can I? Yeah, that's the shit. Trigger grab. Place... So, I got an autosave right there. That's very obvious. I still got tutorial markers, so I'm still in the tutorial right now. Listen, I do have to say, it's a pretty good tutorial. And I guess a place I may want to go. I'm just gonna try to look around and make sure that these anomalies aren't happening nearby before I waste some of these, because I do have a feeling that there's a limit to them.
What's this unreal hum again? Just got the new coil installed, should work all right. Gotta lock the thing up before some sneaky tab breaks in and steals it again. Where did the key go?
Oh shit. Hopefully I'm loaded. I'm not loaded. Why am I not loaded though? Why is the gun not working? Looks like it's on safety. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's about fucking time. Okay, took about 4 shots. This time I'm ready. But it was the safety. Why is there a fucking safety on a gun in a video game? Trust me. Oh god. Grab the fucking mag. No! Jesus Christ! Wait, the mag is empty. Really? That was one of the mag... That doesn't make sense. That was one of the mags I picked up. The mag is empty, yeah. It's fucking empty. Excuse me, sir. This game is being a little annoying right now with this shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and... That was weird. Jesus Christ. Last thing I need right now is another reason for this not to fucking load bullets. Great! I left with an empty mag. At least I have a secondary gun in my backpack that I believe I've also reloaded. Oh. Yeah, how the fuck do I pick these up, game? Like I don't... Oh! Ooh, I like that. I actually really like that. It's a little finicky. I really hate the fact that this belt moves like that. This is so weird. Okay, the bag's actually pretty cool because it lets you do this shit. Hopefully it lets me put this here. Yep. Okay, cool. Old Explorers band. Listen to it is needed by the center. Okay. There we go. And the ladder.
Help me, please.
Oh.
That wasn't really me, just an image. I'm trapped somewhere terrible. I don't know where, just that it's dark here. And I can't move. I'm so sick of this place, whatever it is. My name's Katya, by the way. I'm so glad I found you.
Oh no, not this.
Finally, I'm
Fuck,
not
I
alone.
hate ladders. I fucking hate immersive ladders. Alright, I actually hate immersive ladders officially in every capacity. Oh shit! Shit. Is it stuck? Let's just go. Just go, 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 go.
The block post was part of the Soviet Army's attack. days following the event. But the boys who manned it, there was no way they could have done anything or helped anyone in the city. They all got so sick. And they were confused, disoriented. They had been preparing for war, even nuclear war.
What the hell?
They couldn't have expected something like this, whatever it was.
Oh, and I'm already fucking
Whatever it
down
is.
on ammo? Fucking
Maybe
hell.
it's just the Earth. I'm tired of us.
Jesus Christ. Shit ain't easy here. Not sure what I can do in terms of ammo. Jesus Christ. Okay, I get it. Does this help? Or do I absolutely need a stim pack? There we go. That should help. Okay, where to next now? I have no fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. Wow. Whoa, is that a view in like another world or something? That's kind of what it looks like. Oh my god. Alright, come on, ladder. Cooperate. I said it's the second hand. Sometimes I just decide like, no second hand. Looks like we found our first tape. Check this out.
UNPSC, Explorer 12, Log 8-16, Sliders. Sliders are tall, humanoid in appearance, completely black with white eye sockets and sporting the curious feature of a black halo around their heads. A few years back, we started encountering creatures that we call sliders because they move by teleporting across short distances. In most ways, however, sliders resemble fragments. Humanoid features, sharp claws, highly aggressive temper. We're still not sure whether fragments evolved into sliders through reproduction or mutation over time, although the latter seems far more likely as we have seen no evidence of mating behavior among fragments.
Here, morning, sleep. Let's try this. I want to see how this works, because it looks like there is a survival element to this game. And right now, I'm really unsure what the objective is. I am unsure how to deal with these things. That's one way to deal with them, is to get them stuck in the fucking walls. I'm hoping this is a safe spot for me, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like these fuckers can do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want. Where are you? Stop fucking trying to get into my truck. This is my little safe space, my no-no square. Get out. Bring the bracelet. Wait a minute. I already have it. I've already done this. I am going way out of bounds here. So in the backpack... Oh, right. Oh, shit, that actually worked. I have a bracelet here, this one. And they want me to bring it back, if I'm not mistaken. Old Explorer's Band. Doesn't work, but need... Ah, there you go. I should have probably paid more attention. So, we're gonna make a break for it. Down the railroad, all the way to that structure over there, around the wall. Are you ready? Here we go. Without bumping into these fucking things. Without bumping into any anomalies. Yeah, look at that. Look at that! I got some pretty badass stamina on this guy. Oh, it's still on me, this fucking piece of shit. Well, I kinda got it there. It's still after me. Come here. Oh, that's actually interesting. That's my favorite VR melee ever. I don't have to I gotta say, these guys are fucking creepy. You know what they make me think of? They make me think of the shadow vessels in Babylon 5. I like these little footsteps here that tell you what to do. It's very good. Right. Delivery. There we go. Okay. You have to undergo training to confirm it. Proceed to the shooting range.
While there were good little bits of suspense in taking those enemies out, and while I finally found a cheap and safe way to get rid of those goddamn jumping shadow vessels, the later bit of this tutorial started bringing out the potential bad in this game. The goddamn fidgety mechanics. Now, I know I'll progressively adapt to most of these, but I already noticed building issues that you just can't get used to. Issues that are direct symptoms of this game being highly physically interactive. My inventory is already a mess to browse through. It's not reached critical mass yet, but I'm sure this is not the most optimal way of keeping inventory. The same goes with the holster. Not only are some of those slots at terribly weird angles to reach, the journal itself is a really hard reach, but on top of that, there's so many slots you're bound to often grab the wrong thing accidentally. All in all, so far the atmosphere does pay off for all these shenanigans, but as things build up, this may well get out of hand. Couple of little issues I need to point out is, first, the flashlight in this game causes some kind of nasty flickering in some areas, and it's really bad. Not to mention, not everything it lights casts a shadow. They should probably fix that, especially the flickering. That shit's hard on the eyes. Next were the ladders. Immersive ladders are so not for me. At first I thought this game was going to be fun with them, but god damn it, sure enough I finally went up a ladder that I fell from 3 times. This is annoying, I don't like it. Evil ladders are bad.
Welcome back, Explorer. This is the UNPSC training facility. To confirm your access level, you must pass a qualification test. Upon completing the procedure, you will be granted rights to buy better equipment.
Wow. I hate throwables. I fucking hate throwables. I'll always hate throwables. This is a detector. You will be using it to find valuable artifacts. Pick it up. Artifacts in large clusters of anomalies. They are worth good money and have some special properties. Fast beeping green indicator means the artifact is nearby and you're going in the right direction. Use the trigger to use the flash and reveal nearby artifacts. Oh, that's cool. Let's find some artifacts. What is this? A dummy artifact, version 3, fresh and organic condition. Okay. Whoops.
So I turn in my quest and I do the delivery, and then it wants to grant me level 1, but I have to go through training to obtain it. This is where things got very boneworks. I'm sent into a somewhat generic shooting range, where I'm asked to do things that I already did in the tutorial, but this time in a stationary format without cool looking enemy targets, and then, dear lord, I'm asked to clean a gun. Look, on one hand, I'm grateful for the fact that VR has come this far along to be able to let us perform tasks like this virtually, But look, I'm here to play a horror game, not a gun cleaning simulator. I was particularly shocked at how this wasn't just a question of like putting the oil on the gun and giving it a quick brush. Oh no, you had to scrub that fucker. And then the rod thing, man, I think it took it like 8 or 9 pieces of paper to finally get it cleaned. I don't know how often we run into mechanics like this in the main game, but let me tell ya, I hope it's not often, because standing over a table for 10 minutes pretending I'm brushing a gun is not my idea of amusing gameplay, no matter how cool it is that technology allows for us to simulate this activity. Really, this is why I said earlier this game didn't do the mistake of generic mechanic tossing Boneworks did during its tutorial as much, but it did do it a little bit. Thankfully, just a little bit, so far. After the stunning gun cleaning gameplay, I took a moment to decide whether I would give this game another little round of action by taking my first non-tutorial mission. Yeah, the latter part of the tutorial went poorly enough that I hesitated in continuing. For a tutorial, I had already found the pace and frequency of the enemies already got dangerous enough that I fumbled a lot with the inventory bag and the gun reloading. I want to be scared and tense for the right reasons, not for the entirely wrong ones. However, there's something about this game's style that finally made me decide to go for another mission, because I probably cannot judge a game by its tutorial alone. Even though these first impressions videos are meant to be more of a short but sweet, to-the-point kind of deal, I still need to give the damn game a fair shake. Even though I didn't expect an entirely positive experience going forward, back into the radius I went.
Hi, hello. Oh, hello. Okay, hang on. Controls help. Press AX to unlock the shotgun breaking. Break the shotgun with trigger of an empty hand. Close it the same way. Oh. Aha. Aha. Is it a 2-shot? It's a 2-shot. You're fucking kidding me. At least with this weapon, I'm not gonna fumble as much. I believe it's gonna open for me. Yes. Folks, we're going into the radius in our first real mission. I wonder if I can take this route instead of this one. But let's just stick to the plan, all right? And I got the map here. Oh, crapola. So my direction would be in that way, except I probably want to take the road because it gets tricky if you're not following the road with these fucking thingies. I wonder if I can grab the one-handed grab the fucking things. No, this is another problem of these mechanics. It's driving me nuts, this shit. Having to put objects down to switch them is really kind of ridiculous. And do I have anywhere to store the probes from my left hand? I do not. Man, what a mess. What an actually messy situation. Hang on a second. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do... Come on. Jesus Christ. This. Like that. We're gonna do this like that. And we're gonna do this like that. So I can actually grab the items that matter with my left hand. i.e., I'll be able to put away the probes and fucking go ahead and get some ammo if I need it. Right now, I just want to follow that railroad. I might actually avoid these guys. Just go ahead and ignore their presence. Oh, shit, be careful with those. I can hear them going off. Have to be super careful here. Assuming it's clear here. Yeah, very clear here. So that was really well demonstrated in that little training. Okay, I think I've reached our destination. Being followed, apparently. There's probably going to be local enemies now. Okay, this is the building of interest. starting to pick up on the very basics. Very basic controls. Oh, and our little girl is back there, but let's go see in here first. Just make sure I ain't got no sneakers around here. No sneaky motherfuckers. What is this? A pocket lamp. Contemporary. Ooh. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. These what? That is not what I was grabbing. But that's nice. Aha! That's cool. That's cool. That is very, very fucking cool. Ooh, I found it. Right. Right. All right. I want to go on the opposite side of the building. Over there. Is there an exit door here that I can actually use? No way. I have to go back. Okay, cool. Down we go. Holy shit. Through the... Oh, shit. I got fucked there. I actually got had. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Maybe... Oh, shit. What is that? Who is that? That was cool. Nice. Oh, that gave me goosebumps, man. We're gonna be real careful about this. As long as they're not good shots, we have a fighting chance. As long as they're bad shots. I can hear you. Let's not get myself blindsided by anything. We're good, we're good. I guess this is gonna be a series of fetch quests. I gotta say, like I saved ammo during this run. I didn't even get to use the shotgun. I hope it doesn't have a safety on it because I'm about to try it. Oh, hell yeah. And this is where I wanted the ability to do this and this. 2 stabs, really, 2 fucking stabs.
Now this was likely my most positive experience in the game so far. A bit of thrills, a bit of frights, a good deal of trekking into the unknown with a few encounters. That part of the game, I must say, delivers quite well. And it's good I did this mission because I would otherwise not have fully seen it. All in all, in terms of how this felt, it got a lot closer to what I was hoping to get to today. Some quality spooky gameplay for me to shit myself a little. However, there's one big problem. This is a big fucking problem. Look at my belt bag. Look at my inventory. Look at this mess. I'm trying to retrieve the film they made me get, and this bag is already a fucking mess. Literally, this game would have served itself better making a screen with little 3D models you can click on with a list you can scroll through so you can have a lot better time picking out a damn item. Some of you may like this kind of thing, but I definitely do not, and I genuinely think this is an absolute mess. This is the other kind of thing that really puts me off in VR games. The physical inventory is cool in principle and a nice gimmick, but in practice it absolutely sucks.
Well, I just got a warning that my battery's low, so let's take the longest mission, or the most expensive mission. Deliver requested objects to the delivery bin. Find the special rift. Destroy it. And bring back the... No, I'm not... Yeah, I'm aborting that. I'm sorry. Purpose of Nutrition Battery. We are assigning you to an urgent mission to retrieve the container lost in this area. Deliver it to the facility. Find samples container. See, that seems a lot more like it for a guy who's got 20% left on his headset. My apologies, game. I gotta get a move on before my battery dies. This is kind of like the fucking meta memes that we've been seeing out there lately. I love that Meta tried to rebrand to hide the fact that they're Facebook. They've been acting like cunts to the VR community since the very beginning. They bought Oculus and they did everything that we were like, the worst case scenario, like tying a Facebook account to your device, just because what the fuck? Why would you do that? But now, after the rebrand, the one thing I was like, you people better not fall for this shit and remember that this is still Facebook. And it looks like the people have not forgotten, and they are rolling out these delicious memes that are just so satisfying. I really enjoy seeing that. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the tech that those guys released, but that's because it's the Oculus team that originally started this journey. And however many of them may have left by now, there's still a great deal of talent there, and some of those people do care about VR. You can see it in the hardware. This hardware is actually fucking magical. I'm running this Airlink at 200 megabits per second. Now the router's not far. It's about 10 feet away from me here. But still, 200 megabits per second, and it provides zero lag. Zero fucking lag. Like, if there is lag, you know what they used to say about Stadia? The fucking scam bullshit Stadia? That, oh, we deliver the image faster than your brain can realize. Yeah, but you're also supposed to receive my control inputs faster than my brain realized to receive them. Fucking assholes. So everything would still be 3 frames late. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I do see it if I lower the bitrate or use dynamic bitrate. But I do not see it on fixed bitrate, on high fixed bitrate. I can't, really. I can't close the door of my outhouse. I need to take a dump. It's right over there. And I'm losing light here. I'm about to find out the hard way what happens when you lose light in this game. Aha! Got it! Ground samples, container. I like how the fucking backpack carries practically an infinite amount. No, he's no danger to me. Very good. Very good. I can see fine. Gotta be careful about that stamina. I can still see the enemy as well. The danger here is I can't quite see where I'm going without checking the map. And I'm at huge danger of getting just spotted by enemies at this point. No, oh shit, whoa. Oh, I fell in a, hurry, hurry, hurry. I fell in a pit. Should probably, yeah, that's gonna help. Okay, he's all the way back there. Oh shit, does that flashlight not work right?
I will fully admit to rushing the second non-tutorial mission I took, mostly because I wanted to test the limits of the quest when running Airlink to see if the battery is still healthy. It is. I still get about 2 hours worth per charge, but at the same time, I encountered the day-night cycle, which I completely didn't expect. Yes, that type of thing is cool and a welcome surprise. In fact, it even caught me off guard completely, so badly I ended up falling in holes and hearing enemies without being able to see them up until the last second. So, rush or not, that mission turned out to be quite difficult because just night fell hard. Full disclosure, the experience I got after these 2 missions was a lot better than my opinion after the tutorial. I do wish the death could be a little bit more dramatic than the game just stopping and writing on the screen that you died, but as a whole, these missions were much better than the tutorial segment. However, while I would never go as far as saying this game is bad, it's actually quite good at what it's trying to accomplish. I willfully say that this is just not my cup of tea. Maybe one day I'll come back to it to re-experience that strange, well-crafted radius world we visit in there, but I don't really expect to do that just because there's just too many things about this that I find annoyingly fidgety, for the lack of a better term. I don't like the physical inventory. I don't like the 900-step gun reloading. I kid, but it's so fucking fidgety. I do have to admit the shotgun was a lot simpler, but the ammo management, the cluttered belt, the other side fidgeties like cleaning and repairing. Sorry, I wanted to play a horror game. All that stuff I could do without. I wish the weapon items aspect of this were dumbed down to the level of, say, Half-Life Alyx, just so I could experience more of its weird, creepy game world and enemies. This goes without saying that I've barely skimmed the surface of the survival aspect of this game. There's beds to sleep on, food you have to eat, items you can find all over the place. During the tutorial, I was shown how to use that flashing device that can find rifts. Another mechanic I barely skimmed the surface of, a cool mechanic. But again, here's the problem. That's yet one more item on my belt. At one point, I had a little red light required to tame the black grass, the flashlight, the probes, my gun, ammo, and a couple of clips on my belt, and it was just getting messy as all hell. Don't forget the journal is there too. In order to experience the full spectrum this game offers you, you have to do some serious physical management, and it never seems to feel quite right. Not to mention, as I said, that belt has some nasty weird angles you have to reach at, and it complicates everything. To put it as simply as I can, it's a game world I want to explore, with enemies I want to kill, layered in a bunch of mechanics I really don't like. I need to be clear here, I'm saying I don't like this game, but I'm definitely not saying it's bad. I hated Boneworks, and that game has a super high approval rating, so you cannot completely take my word for it. If you like the highly physically interactive game, this one actually does it as well as any, maybe a little better even. I sure as hell like this one a lot more than I did Boneworks, if that's worth anything for you. Just I didn't like it enough that I want to come back to it or start highly recommending it. The best gauge I can give you is this: if you like Boneworks, you may well like this even more. The nail in the coffin for me is that while this had its frightening little moments, they were but moments in a vast sea of gameplay. From footage I had seen prior to playing, I was expecting something more electrifying. And yes, I know if I progressed into it a little more, maybe it would start having an effect on me, but I can already tell this is a lot more action-focused than it is horror. Even Half-Life Alyx, which is somewhat in the action horror category, has more horror than this, and I was hoping for the same kind of balance. The amount of terror this thing provides just isn't sufficient to make up for the bits I didn't like about it. The game world may be cool and the enemies creepy, but this isn't no fingers in the electrical outlet type horror like Resident Evil, for example. It's very atmospheric and dialed down. I can't deny being caught out there at nighttime was creepy. It's just not enough to give me the fear fix I needed. If I can give a good point of comparison, since this game is full of survival mechanics and leans towards horror, The Forest has got me far more scared than this game did, and it delivered these scares rather quickly despite being just as complex as this game, seemingly in its own respect. I have to be extra clear here once again. I'm not hating on this title. A lot of love went into making this, and it's very obvious in the headset. It does what it's supposed to very well, and the reason I'm put off is not by the lack of quality or content, but rather by the fact that it's not my kind of thing. An entirely personal take. You might be looking at this going, "Are you nuts? This looks great," and I could not fault you for that. In fact, one thing that might happen, because this game does bear the horror tag, it might go on sale during Halloween week, so keep an eye out for that if you are in fact interested. Last little note I have to bring is the performance. I made a note early in my playthrough, even demonstrating the lack of lag from Airlink running at such a high bitrate, but I completely forgot after that. You know why I completely forgot? Because the game continued running liquid smooth. Seeing the capture now, I can also tell it didn't drop many frames at all, which is another sign that confirms the great performance. In that respect, the game did excellent. It's probably something you can play on lower spec rigs with only a few simple adjustments. And that's about all I have to say. I know this is just a first impressions video and that there's tons more to see in this game, many more mechanics to discover, but I'll leave it up to you based on this little taste you just saw, whether you want to get it or not. For me, I'm going to move on and hopefully get another Halloween title in before October 31st rolls around. You've been watching Stereo 3D Productions and this virtual reality first impressions of Into the Radius, and I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching.